I'm watching the shadows grow long on the wall, tracing the places where we had it all. The lease on our laughter is coming to term, and the fire in the hearth is a dying out burn. We were never the owners, just tenants of grace, living in years we can never replace. The sand in the glass is a river of gray, washing the us and the always away. I'm checking the watch on my wrist like a liar, knowing the sun's going down on the wire. And we were just living on borrowed time, a beautiful rhythm, a stolen outline. We spent every second like it wasn't alone. Now I'm paying the interest and sleeping alone. The debt is too heavy, the clock's in the red. I'm counting the ghosts of the words that we said, just borrowed time. And now it's all due. I remember the morning we thought we were free, like the stars and the moon were a gift to you and me. But the universe doesn't give things away for keeps, it just waits for the moment the weary heart sleeps. I'm looking at photos of a life that was lent, regretting the moments I shouldn't have spent. Yeah, we were just living on borrowed time, a beautiful rhythm, a stolen outline. We spent every second like it wasn't alone. Now I'm paying the interest and sleeping alone. The debt is too heavy, the clock's in the red. I'm counting the ghosts of the words that we said, just borrowed time. And now it's all due. Give me a minute, give me a day, I'll find a way for the sorrow to pay. But the banker is cold and the contract is signed, and I'm leaving the best of my spirit behind. We were just living on borrowed time. Forgive me for thinking the mountain was mine. I'm handing the keys to a house that is bare, reaching for fingers that are no longer there. The clock is gone quiet, the ledger is closed on a love that was perfectly, painfully posed. Silence is locking the door. Borrowed time, I don't have any more. I don't have any more. The sun went down at 5 o'clock, but the shadows stayed to talk. I've memorized the pattern of the ceiling and the beam. I'm caught in the vibration of a broken-hearted dream. I reached across the mattress just to feel the fabric fold, but the space where you were lying has already turned to cold. I'm checking on the battery, I'm checking on the time, but the clock is just a mountain that I'm far too tired to climb. Furnace hums a melody that sounds a lot like you, a low and steady rhythm that I'm forced to listen to. I try to close my eyelids, but the movies start to play in the technicolor versions of the things I didn't say. I'm a sentry in the hallway, I'm a ghost inside the sheets, listening to the tires on the raining, and night streets. They say the dawn is coming, that the light will break the spell. But right now I'm a prisoner in a quiet, dark hotel. And oh, it's gonna be a long night without a single star in sight. Just me and the white and the ghost of your goodbye. Underneath the heavy, in the hollowed out sky, I'm counting every second like a drop of silver rain, waiting for the morning just to drown out all the pain. It's a long night. Yeah, it's a long, long night. In the daylight I can hide it, I can wear a clever mask, I can answer every question that the neighbors wanna ask. But the moon is like a witness that I can't seem to deceive. It knows I'm still waiting for a man who had to leave. It's the hours between 2 and 4 that really take their toll, and the silence starts to nibble at the edges of my soul. Yeah, it's gonna be a long night without a single star in sight. Just me and the white and the ghost of your goodbye. Underneath the heavy and the hollowed out sky, I'm counting every second like a drop of silver rain, waiting for the morning just to drown out all the pain. It's a long night. Yeah, it's a long, long night. Still dark, still still. I don't think the sun ever will. Just the blue and the lack of you and the long night. I gave you mornings, gave you nights, gave you all my silent fights. I gave you hope when you had none, stayed when everyone had gone. I gave you words I couldn't say, gave you pieces day by day. I gave you love I didn't keep, even when it cut too deep. And I thought that maybe you would see what you meant to me. I gave you everything I had, even the good, even the bad. I gave you parts I can't reclaim, and you still walked away the same. I put my heart into your name, now all I have is all this pain, and nothing left for me to save. I gave you everything I gave. I gave you time you didn't earn, watched my own self slowly burn. I gave you chances you ignored, still kept knocking on your door. I gave you trust, I gave you me, blind to what I couldn't see, that love can break without a sound and leave you lying on the ground. And I don't know where I went wrong, I just loved you way too strong. I gave you everything I was, even when it hurt, because I believed you choose to stay, but you just slowly slipped away. Now I'm left with empty air of a love that isn't there, and it cuts me like a blade. I gave you everything I gave. If I could take it all back now, I don't even know how, because a part of me still thinks you were worth the fall. Given all I had to give, left me with no way to live outside the shadow of your name, or the echo of my pain. I gave you everything I had, even when it turned so bad. I gave you love without a guard. Now I'm left with broken heart. I thought forever had a name. Turns out it was just a game. And now I stand in what you made. I gave you everything I gave. To nothing. I left the light on in the kitchen, just in case I heard you keep. But the only thing that's moving is the shadow of the willow tree. I used to complain about the clutter, the shoes left by the door. Now I'd give anything to see them scattered on the floor in these quiet halls. The silence is a scream. I'm waking up to realize I'm living in a dream. Every corner holds a whisper, every shadow knows your name. But the echoes don't love me back, and nothing feels the same. I'm a stranger in this house we built, watching plaster fall. Just a ghost of us wandering through these quiet halls. The dust is settling on the records that we used to dance to late at night. Now the hallway feels so narrow, and the sun's too much, it's far too bright. I find myself walking to the bedroom to tell you something small. Then I remember you're not waiting at the end of the hall. They say that walls can talk, but mine just hold their breath, like they're waiting for a footstep that's been quieted to death. It's the loudest sound I've ever heard, the absence of your word in these quiet halls. The silence is a scream. I'm waking up to realize I'm living in a dream. Every corner holds a whisper, every shadow knows your name. But the echoes don't love me back, nothing feels the same. I'm a stranger in this house we built, watching plaster fall. Just a ghost of us wandering through these quiet halls. So I'll just sit here in the dark and listen to the clock counting down the minutes until the silence starts to talk. In the quiet, in these quiet halls. The porch light is flickering, tired and low. It's been months since I watched your car turn to go. I haven't moved the chair from the spot by the glass. I'm still counting the seasons and the ghosts as they pass. The mail is a mountain of names I don't know, and the garden is buried in a year's worth of snow. But I keep the door unlocked, just a sliver wide, just in case you get tired of the world outside. My friends say I'm crazy, they say let it be that you're miles away across a deep rolling sea. But I still hear you laugh when the floorboards creak, and I still have the words that I'm dying to speak. I'm a watch that's been wound just a little too tight, praying for a morning that'll fix every night. I'm treading the water of a time that has stopped, holding a promise that everyone dropped. And I'm still waiting like a stone in the rain, building a temple out of all of this pain. The world's moving on, finding someone to love, but I'm looking for shadows in the sky up above. I'm a heart in a bottle, a message at sea, waiting for the you that belong to the me. Call it a habit or a ghost of a hating, but I'm right where you left me, still waiting. Maybe the light will burn out in the end. Maybe the break is too jagged to mend. But if I stop looking, then you're really gone, and I can't face the day where I have to move on. So I'll sit in the silence and I'll guard the flame until the wind finally whispers your name. Yeah, I'm still waiting like a stone in the rain, building a temple out of all of this pain. The world's moving on, finding someone to love, but I'm looking for shadows in the sky up above. I'm a heart in a bottle, a message at sea, waiting for the you that belong to the me. Call it a habit or a ghost of a hating, but I'm right where you left me, still waiting. The sun's going down, the clock's spinning round, but I'm not moving, still here, year after year, still waiting. Still waiting. I deleted every trace of you, every message, every view. I told myself that this would heal, that time would take away the with you. I changed the songs we used to play. I even threw your things away, but somehow you still find a way to live inside my everyday. No matter what I try to do, you always break right through. I try to forget you, but you're still in everything I do. In every quiet empty night, in every shadow of the light, I tried to erase your name, but it still burns just the same. And nothing I could ever do could make me stop loving you. I walk alone through crowded streets where strangers wear our memories. A laugh, a glance, a passing face can take me right back to your place. I said I learned to let you go, but letting go is moving slow. Like every step just pulls me back into the love I still lack. And I act like I'm okay, but I still call your name some days. I try to forget you, but you became what I go through. And every thought I try to hide, you're still the echo in my mind. I burned the past, I broke the chain, but you still live inside my pain. And no matter what I do, I can't forget you. Maybe I never really tried to let you leave my life. Maybe part of me still holds the love I can't control, because forgetting means goodbye. And I'm not ready to deny that even broken hearts stay true to someone like you. I try to forget you, but forgetting can't undo what you carved into my soul. Now I'm trying to let go, but every time I fall asleep, you're still the reason that I weep. And no matter what I do, I try to forget you. Try, but still you. I try to forget you. I still see your coat by the door in my mind, like time got stuck on the night you said goodbye. You didn't shout, you didn't cry, just quietly erased us from your life. I stood there frozen, didn't know what to say. Watch forever slowly fade away, and now I replay it every night, wishing I had held you tighter right. If I had known it was the end, I'd break the silence, I'd try again. If only you stayed a little longer, maybe we could have been stronger. Maybe love would have found a way to survive another day. But you slipped through my hands like rain, leaving me with all this pain. And I'm still lost in what could be. If only you stayed with me. Your voice still lingers in the air, like you never really same, like you're just one step away from coming back someday. But I know you won't return. Still, I'm the one who hasn't learned. If only you stayed a little longer, maybe we could have been stronger. Maybe I could have made you see you were everything to me. But goodbye came soft and fast, turning future into past. And now I live inside the plea. If only you stay with me. Was I not enough to hold? Did love just turn too cold? Or was it written in the end that we were never meant to mend? If I could turn back time somehow, I'd change the words I didn't know how to say when you were still right here before you disappeared. If only you stayed a little longer, I swear I would have fought harder for every piece of you and me, for the love we couldn't see. But now it's just a memory of what we used to be, and I'll always carry the pain. If only you stayed again. If only you stayed just one more day. I've been holding up the ceiling with my bare and bloody hands, building towers out of promises and shifting desert sands. I've been swallowing the thunder, I've been breathing in the smoke, pretending that the tether wasn't starting to be broke. You've been pushing on the pillars, you've been testing every beam, waiting for the moment that I finally lose the dream. Now the air is thin and heavy and the room is out of light, and I can't find the rhythm to keep winning one more fight. There's a sound like a heartbeat or a branch about to snap, as I'm looking at the distance in this wide and sudden gap. And I finally reached the breaking point, the limit of the love, the final jagged mile on a long and lonely road. It's the snap of the wire, it's the glass on the floor, it's the quiet realization that I can't give anymore. I've been bending till I'm crooked, I've been stretching till I'm thin. Now the walls are falling down and the cold is coming in. No more maybe, no more mercy, no more trying to be joined. I'm just standing in the wreckage at the breaking point. I remember when the pressure felt like a warm and steady hug, before you started pulling on the center of the rug. Now every word's a hammer and every look's a stone, and I'm tired of being the only one who's holding up the throne. I can feel the structural failure in the marrow of my bones, like a radio that's dying in a world of dial tones. I'm handing back the burden, I'm letting go the weight. I've arrived a second early to a permanent too late. They say that what doesn't kill you only makes you strong, but they don't mention how the suffering can drag and drag along. I'm not a hero in a story, I'm just a man who's had enough of trying to make a diamond out of all this jagged stuff. Yeah, I finally reached the breaking point, the limit of the love, the final jagged mile on a long and lonely road. It's the snap of the wire, it's the glass on the floor, it's the quiet realization that I can't give anymore. I've been bending till I'm crooked, I've been stretching till I'm thin. Sitting on the edge of the old wooden pier, watching the harbor lights start to appear. The boats are all swaying, tucked into the bay, but I'm feeling the current pull me away. I've got the weight, I've got the heavy iron soul, but I'm spinning in circles, I've lost all control. I used to be tethered, I used to be tied to the heart of a lover who stayed by my side. Now the rope is a ghost and the knot is a lie, and I'm falling through the blue of a bottomless sky. 'Cause I'm just an anchor without a chain, sinking through the silence in the cold dark rain. I've got all this burden, but nowhere to hold a story of always that's already been told. I'm hitting the floor of a deep lonely sea with no way to get back to the person I used to be. Just a heavy reminder of a love that's in vain, an anchor without a chain. I remember the snap when the cable went thin, the moment the ocean of alone moved on in. You were the vessel, you were the home. Now I'm just a relic in the salt and the foam. I'm meant to be steady, I'm meant to be still, but I'm drifting at the mercy of the water's own will. I see your lights fading a mile above the crest, while I'm settling down in a permanent rest. What good is the steel? What good is the strength when you're missing the light and the saving grace length? I'm built to hold on, but there's nothing to grab, just the sting of the salt and the deep jagged stab. 'Cause I'm just an anchor without a chain, sinking through the silence and the cold dark rain. I've got all this burden, but nowhere to hold a story of always that's already been told. I'm hitting the floor of a deep lonely sea with no way to get back to the person I used to be. Just a heavy reminder of a love that's in vain, an anchor without a chain. Going down in a harborless town. No rope, no hope, just the weight, just the fate, an anchor without a chain. I still reach out in my sleep, like you're still here next to me, but the bed just answers back with a silence I can't track. Your side stays cold, untouched, unchanged, like love was never meant to stay. And every night I understand I'm holding nothing in my hands. I thought I'd feel you if I tried, but you're already gone inside. Empty arms, heavy heart, falling slowly, torn apart. I'm holding on to what we were, a fading touch, a blurred blur. No warmth left where you used to be, just echoes living inside me. And I don't know how to start with empty arms and a heavy heart. And a heavy heart. still talk like you reply to the empty space beside, as if somehow you'll return from the ashes of what burned. Your name still lingers in the air, like you were never really there. But I feel you everywhere, and the weight I cannot bear. And I keep pretending I'm okay, but you never really stay. Empty arms, heavy heart, trying to heal, falling apart. I gave you all I had to give. Now I'm learning how to live with a love that disappeared, but still feels painfully near. And I don't know how to start with empty arms and a heavy heart. If I could hold you one last time, I'd memorize the shape of mine before it turned into a ghost of what I love the most. But time don't give what we lose back, it only leaves a fading track. And I am left to understand love doesn't always make a plan. Empty arms, heavy heart, still replaying every part of a love that couldn't stay, but refuses to decay. I still feel you in my breath, even in this quiet death. And I don't know how to start with empty arms and a heavy heart. Empty arms, heavy heart, still falling, still apart. The world is loud until it's not, and all I hear is what we lost. The quiet fills every space where your voice used to stay. I try to sleep but I don't rest, just memories in my chest. They show up when the lights go down and you're nowhere around. I act like I'm alright all day, but night takes that lie away. I miss you more at night, when there's no one in sight. No distractions, no escape, just your memory I can't shake. In the dark it hits me hard, like you're still here in my heart. And everything feels twice as tight. I miss you more at night. I talk to you in empty air, like maybe you were still there. It's strange how silence knows your name and sounds exactly the same. I turn the pillow to your side, like you might come back tonight. But all I get is hollow space in your fading trace. And every hour feels too slow when I let myself let go. I miss you more at night, when the truth is out of sight. And I can't pretend so well that I'm not under your spell. The moon just makes it worse somehow. It brings you closer now. name inside a paperback book, between the pages where I forgot to look. A ticket stop from a rainy night in June, a whistle of a half-remembered tune. It's funny how the solid things dissolve into the questions that we'll never solve. I reach to touch the space beside my own and find the seeds of us have never grown. The sand of you is fading from the hall, like winter shadows stretching on the wall. I used to know the rhythm of your breath, now it's a silence quieted to death. I saw a stranger with your tilt of head and felt the ghost of every word we said. But when I turned, the street was gray and wide, with nowhere left for a broken heart to hide. And now you're just a memory, a flicker in the dark, the cooling ashes of a once divided spark. A photograph that's bleeding at the edge, a broken night, a long forgotten pledge. I'm holding on to smoke, I'm chasing down the wind, wondering where the always had to end. You're out of reach, you're finally free, and you're just a memory to me. They say that memories are treasures we can keep, but some are anchors dragging in the deep. I trade the remember for right now. If I could only figure out the how, but the clock is ticking forward, cruel and fast, turning off forever to the past. Yeah, you're just a memory, a flicker in the dark, the cooling ashes of a once divided spark. A photograph that's bleeding at the edge, a broken line, a long forgotten pledge. I'm holding on to smoke, I'm chasing down the wind, wondering where the always had to end. You're out of reach, you're finally free, and you're just a memory to me. Fading out without a doubt, you're slipping through my hands. Just a thought of what we caught in the shifting of the sands. Just a memory, nothing more, just a memory. I kept the engine running just to hear the heater hum, numbing out the feeling till my fingertips were numb. I watched you in the doorway, a silhouette of no, as the porch light flickered, telling me it's time to go. I shifted into reverse and I didn't look back, but the driveway felt 100 miles of gravel and a crack. I hit the end of the pavement and I turned onto the main, but I couldn't see the road through the sudden heavy rain. I reached to fix the angle, to see the empty street, but I caught a glimpse of someone that I didn't want to meet. Now it's just rearview mirror tears, blurring out the lines of a love we left in pieces behind the highway signs. I'm watching you get smaller with every mile I gain, while my reflections drowning in a river of the It's a lonesome navigation through the wreckage of the years, and the face I don't recognize in rearview mirror tears. The radio is playing something slow and out of tune, and the dashboard clock is marking me, it's always too soon. I see the ghost of your hand reaching for the dial, and for a split second I can almost see you smile. But then I hit a pothole and the image starts to shake, just a cruel little reminder of the heart I had to break. I'm staring at the silver glass, a tiny jagged frame, holding all the sorrow that I can't even name. They say don't look back if you wanna move ahead, but how do you ignore the things that were never said? I'm caught between the headlights and the shadow of the past, wondering how much longer this tank of gas will last. 'Cause it's just rearview mirror tears, blurring out the lines of a love we left in pieces behind the highway signs. I'm watching you get smaller with every mile I gain, while my reflection's drowning in a river of the rain. I'm driving toward the sunrise, but I'm looking at the dark, trying to find the ashes of a long extinguished spark. It's a lonesome navigation through the wreckage of the years, and the face I don't recognize in rearview mirror tears. Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. The paint is in the glass, the ghost is in the gear, just a silver sliver of a life we used to know. Driving fast, feeling slow. Yeah. The cardboard boxes are lined up like soldiers in a row, waiting for the orders to take everything I know. I'm bubble wrapping memories and taping up the past, trying to make the temporary feel like it could last. I found your old blue sweater tucked behind the dryer vent, a fuzzy little relic of where all the magic went. I should probably just toss it or leave it on the floor, but I'm folding up the heartbreak and I'm asking for some more. The echo in the kitchen is a sharp and jagged sound as the life we built together comes tumbling to the ground. I've got the moving day blues in a heavy-duty truck, loaded with the pieces of a love that ran out of luck. I'm leaving half the furniture, but taking all the blame. Driving to a city where they don't know your name. It's a 30-mile journey to a brand new start, but I'm hauling 3 tons of a broken heart. Yeah, the engine is humming, a lonely kind of news. I've got the moving day blues. I'm handing back the keys to the man at the front desk, trying to look like I'm okay, trying to look my best. He asked me where I'm headed, I just point toward the road while I'm struggling to balance this emotional load. I saw your shadow on the porch as I pulled out of the gate, just a ghost in the rear view, arriving far too late. I'm checking all the mirrors, but all I see is gone as the house we called a home turns into just a lawn. They say that moving on is just a state of mind, but what do you do? The pieces ghost of a prayer. I've got the moving day blues in a heavy-duty truck, loaded with the pieces of a love that ran out of luck. I'm leaving half the furniture, but taking all the blame. Driving to a city where they don't know your name. It's a 30-mile journey to a brand new start, but I'm hauling 3 tons of a broken heart. Yeah, the engine is humming, a lonely kind of news. I've got the moving day blues. One last look, the way the hallway took the light of the sun. Now the packing is done and shifting to gear. Get out of here. Moving day, moving on. Moving day, moving on. The ceiling fan is spinning like a slow motion blade, cutting through the promises that we both went and made. I've got our history spread out across the tangled sheets, like a cold investigation of the bitterness and sweets. I'm looking for the fracture, I'm looking for the bruise. In the midnight, the position where we both were born to lose. Was it the night in October? Was it the way that I spoke? Or was the foundation crumbling before the first string broke? The blue light of the phone is the only sun I see as I perform the surgery on what used to be we. It's a 2 a.m. postmortem of a love that didn't survive, trying to find the moment when we stopped being alive. I'm dissecting every whisper, I'm weighing every tear, looking for the how and why we ended up right here. The heart is on the table and the room is sterile white as I count the jagged pieces. In the middle of the night, there's no chance of a revival, no rhythm in the bone, just a 2 a.m. postmortem, and I'm doing it alone. I'm doing it alone, and I'm doing it alone. I'm checking all the vitals of the things we used to say, tracing back the silence to a Tuesday in May. Here's a scar from a secret, here's a hole from a lie, and 1,000 tiny I'm sorries that we let go to die. The evidence is mounting in the shadows on the wall, that we were always heading for a short and sudden fall. I'm the doctor and the witness, I'm the judge and the priest at this lonely little table where the talking is ceased. There's no mystery to solve, no villain in the dark, just 2 people who forgot how to keep a dying spark. I'm closing up the folder, I'm putting out the light, but the autopsy of us is gonna take all night. It's a 2 a.m. postmortem of a love that didn't survive, trying to find the moment when we stopped being alive. I'm dissecting every whisper, I'm weighing every tear, looking for the how and why we ended up right here. The heart is on the table and the room is sterile white as I count the jagged pieces. In the middle of the night, there's no chance of a revival, no rhythm in the bone, just a 2 a.m. postmortem, and I'm doing it alone. Time of death, cause of failure, left at home, clean the instruments, lock the door. I don't think I'll be a doctor anymore. just a memory, a land of golden sand that vanished when you let go of my reaching, tired hand. Now the sunlight doesn't reach here. It's a different kind of cold, down among the promises that we no longer hold. I'm watching bubbles rising from the secrets that I keep, while the rest of the world is peaceful and asleep. It's quiet in the currents, it's heavy in the dark, searching for the flicker of a long extinguished spark. There's a pressure in the silence that's weighing on my chest, like a ship that's finally found its place of broken, jagged rest. I see your face in every wave that washes over me, a hallucination drifting in the middle of the sea. I used to fear the water, I used to fear the fall, but now the bottom of the ocean is the safest place of all. Because down here in the salt, I don't have to see the sky or watch another summer day go drifting heartless by. And I'm sinking in the deep blue, further from the light, trading in the morning for an everlasting night. The pressure's getting stronger, but the pain is getting numb, waiting for the ending that we both knew had to come. I'm an anchor with no vessel, I'm a sailor with no star, just wondering how the deep blue got to be the way we are, drowning in the deep blue. They say the ocean's vast enough to wash away the sin, but I'm just soaking all the lonely in the hollow end. There's no oxygen in me, there's no air and used to be, just the crushing velvet weight of a heart that isn't free. Yeah, I'm sinking in the deep blue, further from the light, trading in the morning for an everlasting night. The pressure's getting stronger, but the pain is getting numb, waiting for the ending that we both knew had to come. I'm an anchor with no vessel, I'm a sailor with no star, just wondering how the deep blue got to be the way we are, drowning in the deep blue. Everything is indigo, watching all the colors go. Let the water take the lead, sinking slow, nowhere to go. Deep blue, just me and the deep blue. I'm standing in the kitchen, staring at the floor, trying to remember what we were fighting for. The coffee's getting cold and the cup that isn't mine. I'm tracing out the cracks in the jagged silver line. I see your keys are gone, I see the empty hook. It's like the final sentence in a long and heavy book. I tried to hold the pieces, tried to keep them tight, but everything just shattered in the middle of the night. The silence is a fever, the quiet is a blade. I'm shivering in shadows of the promises we made. I look at our reflection in the hallway glass and watch the ghost of us as it starts to slowly pass. One half of me is leaving, walking down the drive. The other half is wondering how it's still alive. It's not a clean break, not a perfect snap, just a miles wide canyon on a tiny little map. And oh, you went and broke my heart in two. Now I don't know which piece belongs to you. I'm holding on to half a dream and half a life, cutting through the memories with a dull and a rusty knife. I'm a lopsided rhythm, I'm a broken winged bird, the loneliest sound that you ever haven't heard. I'm trying to find the center, but there's nothing I can do when you leave me with a heart in two. They say that two can become one if the love is real, but they never tell you how the separation feels. It's like tearing out the pages, it's like pulling at the thread until you're just a shell of all the things we never said. I'm a fraction of a person, I'm a decimal of grief, waiting for the winner, for a moment of relief. Yeah, you went and broke my heart in two. Now I don't know which piece belongs to you. I'm holding on to half a dream and half a life, cutting through the memories with a dull and rusty knife. I'm a lopsided rhythm, I'm a broken winged bird, the loneliest sound that you ever haven't heard. I'm trying to find the center, but there's nothing I can do when you leave me with a heart in two, split down the middle, a broken stringed fiddle playing just for me. One half is gone, the other holds on to a heart in two, just me and a heart in two. I woke up to a sky that forgot how to blue, just a flat wash of nothing where I used to find you. The yellow of the kitchen is a ghost of a shade, and the red of your sweater is starting to fade. I reached for the fruit in the bowl on the stand, but the orange felt like ash in the palm of my hand. It's like the world lost its pulse when you walked out the door, and I don't recognize the vibrant man I was before. The saturation's leaking out of every street and sign. I'm living in a Polaroid that's lost its finish line. Now it's all just grayscale, a spectrum of regret, from the white of the always to the black of night. Yet there's no gold in the morning, no violet in the night, just 1,000 shades of shadow where we used to have the light. I'm wandering through charcoal, I'm shivering and stating a world that's gone muted under all this heavy weight. Yeah, my heart's a silver screen that only plays the gale in a beautiful broken grayscale. I remember the emerald of the grass in the park before the edges got blurry and the middle got dark. Now the roses are cinders and the ivy is lead, and the I love yous are stones that I keep in my head. I try to find a highlight, I try to find a spark, but I'm just a pencil sketch left in the dark. If I saw you right now, would the color return, or are we just a bridge urge that's been too blackened to burn? Is it the light that's gone, or just the way that I see? Is this the only version that's left for me? I'm begging for a prism, I'm dying for you. In this monochromatic world without you, now it's all just grayscale, a spectrum of regret from the wild.